Hello and welcome to the 61st tutorial on the C++ programming series, and in this part we're looking at class inheritance. C++ provides the functionality for a class to inherit another class with methods and variables. This is useful as you could have a base class that contains generic methods and variables and specific classes that could inherit these but have their own properties as well. So for example, you could have a vehicle class, and that could be the base class, let's say, and then from there you could have a car class that inherits from the vehicle class. You could have a truck class, you could have a bike class, a airplane class, and each one of these will probably have their own unique variables and methods as well. Obviously, generally you would want them to have their own unique variables and methods, because if they didn't, there's sort of no point in inheriting from another class if all inherited classes are going to be the same anyway, aka the base class. So for example, on a airplane you might have a jet variable or a jet property, because obviously an airplane, but on every other vehicle or every vehicle, so the vehicle class, you could have some sort of speed property. Let's just go ahead and open up our project and show you how to implement a really simple C++ class inheritance example. Class inheritance is one of the core fundamentals of OOP, aka object-oriented programming, so it's something that you definitely want to get your head around. The topics are getting a bit more complex in this series now, so don't understand it straight away. Doesn't matter, just watch the video a few more times, Google it if you want to, because there's a lot of resources available apart from ours as well. Message us and you should be all good. So we're going to create a class called vehicle, and we're going to do public int speed int age. Then we're going to create a class called car, and then we're going to inherit from the vehicle class. And to do that, you do colon after your class name, public, and then we do vehicle. And what we're going to do is public, we're going to do bool is broken. We do class truck public vehicle, and then in here we'll do public char truck char. And now what we can do is simply implement these methods. So we do these objects and classes, create objects from the classes we already implemented. BMW, I'm going to do truck, big truck, simply because I don't really know any truck names. Maybe GMC does a truck. Actually, a lot of the big companies do trucks. I just generally don't drive trucks, don't drive a car. So, yeah. BMW speed, we can assign that 200. BMW.isBroken equals true. That's upsetting, the BMW is broken. Big truck dot truck char equals 4. Big truck dot age equals 55. Now we can print these out. The out is going to do BMW dot speed std and line. After we run this, we get a value of 200 print here. If you have a look, car or BMW is an object of the class car, and car doesn't specifically have any variable called speed, but it's inherited all the variables and methods. There's no methods at the moment, but all the variables and methods from vehicle, so we have speed and age. Same with big truck, so if you change, you can just do is broken as well, which is the variable declared within the car class. So if we were to create a object of the vehicle class, it wouldn't actually have the is broken. And we're going to change this to big truck, change this to truck char, which is like is broken. It's a specific variable for the car class or for the truck class in this example. Change this to age, run it, we get 55. Just another thing that we want to show you is you could create another class, more specific one. You could call it BMW, and you could inherit from the car class itself. like this, and that run perfectly a-okay. So you could have a vehicle class that, and then the car class inherits all the vehicle properties, and the car class could have its own specific but still general car properties, and then the BMW could inherit from the car, which inherits from the vehicle, so it gets all the car properties, all the vehicle properties, and then maybe BMW have their own general properties as well, which obviously each manufacturer does put in their own little nice little cool things. So we can just remove this, but that's a little thing to know. You can inherit from an already inherited class. And another thing we're going to show you is, sorry about that, we're going to create a constructor. And if we do car, column, car, gotta put the brackets here, and if we create a private variable, so int I, and we try and do I equals 9 and run it, we have build file, I the private member of vehicle. Basically, obviously, because it's public, it doesn't inherit any of the private variables and methods. But if we were to change this to protected and run it, it succeeds, because protected is essentially like private. It makes all your variables and methods private, but it allows classes that inherit from the class, aka the vehicle class, to get those properties as well, which is great. So there's a way to have private variables and methods, so they're only accessible within the class itself, but they can be inherited from as well. That's it for this part of the tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at support@sonarsystems.co.uk. The email will be in the description. You can comment on this video or just directly message us via YouTube. All the required links for source code will also be in the description. The next part of this series will be looking at multiple class inheritance, and as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.